What is up, everybody? We are live. Yes, I got the cowboy hat today. We are doing it like this. Check this out, you guys. Want to hop on here and give you guys some real information today, right? So, having my tea, right? This is turmeric and ginger tea, right? We never miss our teas, right? Why? Because they give us antioxidants, mental clarity, etc., right? But make sure you guys go check out the Marching with My Sons video. Go check that out. That's some new heat I just dropped. Check this out. I made that actually with my boys, right? We made that song, just connecting the dots to my experience living on this planet and also being with the boys. Kids love that song. So make sure you guys go check that out because, right, you are what you think about, right? And depending on who you're listening to, what information you're getting, right? um, that's going to be your frequency, right? So you have to always be. I love how I think Bruce Lee said this or Jim Rohn said this. He says, "Be at the guard of your mind, right? Be at the forefront of your mind. So whatever experience, ever whatever thought comes across your forefrontal lobe right here, you're able to dodge, block, or accept said thought, right? Because you are who you think about most often. So, Fitness Fridays, right? I'm actually super excited to talk about this because I haven't talked about fitness in so long because I've been so dedicated to Security Plus. But shout out to all my clients. Shout out to yourself if you've been working on yourself, right, all year long, showing up to the gym, staying consistent with your meal plan. I am right there with you, right? At the same time, right, fitness, like true fitness, starts in the invisible, right? What do I mean by that? Like in the invisible, right? We now know, like through science, you're able to charge your water just by speaking into it from your vocal box. You could say, bless this water, cleanse this water, electrify this water, right? It's going to change the chemical compound. Now, you didn't see the words go into this cup, but the vibration, right, from this energetic exchange, because we are all electromagnetic beings, right? When you're aware of this fact, you're able to not only move differently throughout your day, you're also able to think betterly, right? You have more mental clarity in your day, right? So to make those right decisions for yourself, right? Start doing what we talked about earlier this week. Start doing your detoxes, right? Cleanse out your gut, cleanse out the gunk, right? It's in your heart, your arteries, right? The inflammation in your brain, whatever it needs to be. But go ahead and start cleansing that out for yourself, right? Especially if you're a lot older and you probably haven't had the best habits. That's okay, right? But the awareness of just hearing it and realizing, have I been on track with my workout plan? Have I been on track with my meal plan? Hmm, it helps bring the awareness. That's why it's so important to be around people that are documenting their journey or serving people at a higher level, right? Because if you look inside the entertainment industry, so many people are just so captivated by a person, place, or thing, right? They forget about the most important thing themselves, right? That's why I love being on YouTube because it's basically YouTube, right? What can you as the person or me, right, share with your current audience? And y'all, I've been coaching people for the past 8 years, right? And remember, like I was a person that sold nutrition, right? But the real nutrition, right, is already in the mind. It's basically how you're talking to yourself. I love this part too because David Goggins talks about this. He talks about this ability to have a cookie jar in your mind, right? And whenever things get hard, right, always go back to this cookie jar that's in your mind and pull out one of the things, right? We all have this experience that we have had success in, right? So maybe it's you running a mile or 2 miles and you just keep stopping, right? You look back inside that cookie jar and you realize, wow, back in the past, I ran 2 or 3 or 4 miles before, right? I can keep on going today, right? Or, right, if you're struggling, right, and you want to eat that cheap meal or that unhealthy meal, right, because it can be addicting, right? We all know this. There's drug chemical compounds inside certain foods out there. You can literally tell yourself mentally that I am committed to the highest version of myself and I won't let one delicious treat skew me away from me being honest and committed to my journey and what I told myself, right? Because when this is what happens when whenever we don't say, whenever we don't do the things that we say to ourselves, right? Your confidence, right? Your self confidence that is built on doing something over and over and over and over and over again starts to erode, you guys, right? So, this is what's happening when you see people that are extremely emotional, right? They don't have the responsibility, the ability to respond to their own emotions, to right, to raise their vibration or to bring them back down to balance and neutral, right? So remember, Fitness Friday is all about right here, right now. It starts in the invisible first, then the reality of what you get from thinking about how do you want your life to be, right? So every morning, a daily practice that I do, I will literally wake up, right? I go straight into on my knees, or I go straight inside of like a meditation pose, right? I pray, but then I go through a meditation technique to where I literally am emitting just like positive energy, like a wave to every single person around me. Right. I do this every day. I do this every day. And somebody that, that's African American, that's living in America, right? You see people based off of who you're being. So I know a lot of black people, they're just like, oh, there's racist people here, racist people that. Yes, listen, wherever you look, it's always going to be there. But at the same time, right? When I do these practices, I realize, right? My interactions with every single being that I come across is genuinely positive. It's genuinely um like joyful, right? Because I already did the first thing I need to do in the morning, right? Which was not only emit a vibration of positivity and happiness to every single person around me, right? That's you just have no choice but to come to your reality in person and have these good interactions, right? Based off of how you're thinking, right? I'm not even talking about working out right now, you guys, right? Because earlier this week, this is the first week of actual summer, right? So I always tell my clients, right? You guys are hearing it here first. I always tell my clients, right? At least once a season, right? Fast for 3 days, right? At least once a season, right? Reflect on how you did last month to this month. So this way, you're building some more self awareness of who you are, what you're doing, what you're thinking, right? So this way, you get the transformation that you're looking for in the gym, right? Everybody's going to the gym for something, right? At the bottom of what they're really trying to get is just a transformation mentally, right? And that transformation can happen in a single conversation. It can happen right here, right now, in this very moment, right? Just by you thinking differently, right? You start thinking differently. What does that do to your habits, right? You start aligning with your habits. You guys see the back of the board right here, right? I don't have a TV, right? Like I wake up, I pray, I meditate, I'm looking at the board, I follow the board, right? The board keeps me in purpose, it keeps me on my mission, right? If you are somebody that is easily distracted, right? You're somebody that is out of shape, right? Doesn't have any self confidence, right? Is looking to better themselves, right? Then this channel is for you, right? Because that's all we're doing here, you guys, right? Like every question that everybody should be really asking right now is who am I without my job, right? People think they are their jobs, right? And there's going to come a time, and I firmly believe this, there will come a time that you won't have to work at your job. You will get to if you want to. At the end of the day, it's like, who are you, right? And as a man is his mind, right? For me, I'm a man of God. I'm a child of God. It's like every single person out there, whether you realize it or not, right? You are a divine reflection of the source and oneness, right? You have the same thing that was created in stars inside you. Think about that. You just have to realize that within inside yourself. The people that you idolize, they realize this, right? That's why they're able to compete or they're able to stay focused so long because they already know it's in the mind, right? Oh, some good tea. That's some good tea, y'all. Listen, you guys, want to hop on here and just check in with you guys. I hope you guys have a great week, right? If you don't have anybody talking to you about health, fitness, right? Expanding your mind, but to help you get that transformation in the gym, right? I will be here every Friday, just to help you guys out with that too, because this is something I love to do, something I love to talk about, because a lot of men need this help anyways, and just a lot of people need this help anyways too. Other than that, you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Salute.